Okay. I would like to go find out what is behind the door that vampire was trying to get into. So
Okay,
I want to go in here and search the room for.
sure. So this modest bedchamber holds a cot and several well-made pieces of furniture, including a table, a padded chair, a bookshelf, and a wardrobe. Let me see here. Perception check of 19. Um, the room looks well used. As you're searching through, you make note of the fine workmanship displayed in the creation of the furniture. You assume that it's homemade and some serious time was put into making it, as it was for Hendrik himself. The wardrobe in the corner here, as you're searching it, you find, let's say, a false side compartment. Let me see. There are two sacks inside of this compartment. Um, a large one and a small one.
Two sacks.
Two sacks, like burlap sacks inside. A large and a
Um,
small, kind of tucked away in the side of a false, I guess, side piece there. I'll say it's in like
I
the
will.
back right corner.
I will take the sacks out, and without opening them, do I notice anything about them?
Yeah, so one pretty clearly is full of um, some amount of coin. It's hard to tell how much, maybe probably 50 or less. It's not terribly heavy. And then the other one is, well, it's rather dense and has sort of a rattling noise to it, if you will. Maybe a dustiness to it.
I'm not saying it's full of this thing, but it might be full of this thing. Ah, yeah. I will. I will open the second one and see if it contains what I think it contains.
Yes. So the
That's a
larger
trap.
sack is full of some human remains, some bones
Yep.
inside. The other sack is full of, someone wants to make a note, count them out real quick. We'll call it 30 silver pieces.
Should have made it a bomb.
So I will securely get the bones in my. Do I have a? Am I insane, or do I actually have a bag of holding? Yes, I do. I will put the bones in my bag of holding.
Okay.
Um, and then I guess the silver I'll just put in the party loot. As soon as I find it, party. Where's the inventory? Can I do this? How do I add currency? Plus 30? There we go. Okay. I added currency.
Okay.
Is there anything else of. So the bones are what I was
Um,
looking for. Is there anything else of note in here that I would care about?
Not particularly. No.
Um,
Everything you'd expect to find in an old hermit man's home.
okay. I'll come out, and I guess whoever's near me, I will say, I guess, what do we got? Okay. So got the bones. We can take them back to the church. Probably want to do that as quickly as we can.
Okay. How long do the wolves
Works for me.
last?
Um, that's a good question.
Okay, we can look into that.
They last for 1 hour.
Okay, so just make a note of that. Henrik is downstairs. There are two wolves around him. I thought that Vimrak was near him.
Yeah, I don't know where my token is.
Maybe it's covered. There it is. And you are. I made you invisible in accident. There we go. Cool. Yeah, so Vimrak and Observer were down with Henrik. He's still kind of battling to himself and basically almost like in a comatose state, as he's maybe more trying to rest or just not do much of anything, having been attacked and seen what he just saw and gone through the last hours, or I guess 30 minutes, has not been a terribly fun experience for him. So
I'm gonna look at him and just say, "Why did you take the bones? What is your connection to these?"
he's just kind of staring off blankly. He doesn't really seem to even notice you at this point. He's kind of just looking at one of the coffins that he's laying next to, or we'll say like kind of half sitting up next to.
All right, I'll give him a slap, and I'll repeat the question. But
Slap to do damage or a slap
Yeah.
to...
slap to like get his attention, like wake him up out of
And
his
he's dead.
trance.
Okay, he's very frail, just so you know. But a smack is fine. He winces in pain and just kind of stares at you and just kind of looks like he didn't hear anything, and just under his breath just says, "What? Why? What? What?" And he's like holding his face now. He's sitting up fully.
You see, like not even acknowledging me.
He is now, but he seems very confused.
What was the name of the kid that sold him the things? Milovich.
Milovich. Yep.
And I'll do my best to calm down as much as I can now that my rage is ending. And just say, why did you pay Milovich to get the bones? What are these things?
They're bones, as far as I know, but I was visited at night, and I was told to steal them, but I'm not really the stealthy type, and so I knew the boy needed money, and I was given some to bribe him. And so that's what I did. And he's still just kind of like, he's starting to like stand up now, and he's just like holding his face and just kind of frailly getting up, and he's just sort of just kind of seems to be like talking freely now at this point.
Who visited you?
He looks around, he's like fully taking in your face, and he looks at the wolf next to him, and he's like, can this thing get away from me, please? I've been staring into its mouth for the last, I don't even know how long, and he's just kind of like still kind of cowering up against the wall a bit as he stands fully and just wishing that the dog, if you will, is further away.
I'll
I'll
attempt
step up
to
and
command
tell.
observer there, yeah.
I'll tell him that the wolves will leave as soon as you answer our questions.
He sort of stands up straight, maybe puts his chest out a little bit, give a little bit of decency to himself. His demeanor is changing dramatically from anyone that's interacted with him tonight. And so at this point, he seems the most calm and collected, but he's still kind of looking at the wolf, and then now looking and kind of observing you, observer, goddammit, and kind of an odds. Maybe he hasn't fully realized what you are, seen someone like you before, and he's just like curious. Sorry, what was the question? What? I'm closed. Can you guys leave?
What?
We're closed. Can you guys please leave?
So you're not even curious about the vampire that just tried to kill you?
No. I'm happy to be alive, and, well, I guess you're right in that manner. Thank you for saving me from the vampire, although I didn't see them until you guys walked in, so did you bring them?
Vimrak, you were the one that ran into them upstairs, right?
Yeah, they just jumped me.
They jumped you. Look, I believe we have a big misunderstanding. I've told you what I know. I was asked to do something by a person that seemed not someone that I'd like to cross. I did that. I'm sorry that you've been attacked. He looks at you, Vimrak, and says, "You look rather bloodied, if you will, and I apologize. There's some makeshift rags or cloth you can use to bandage yourself if you need to, but I really would just prefer to be left alone. Um, if I need any further assistance, I'll come find you."
We're not here to help you. We're here to figure out why the hell you decided to steal these bones.
Who
And
was it? I'm not going to ask again. Who was it that told you to steal these bones?
I don't know who it was. He looks at you dead in the face and says that. I do not know who it was. They came at night and they explained to me what they wanted and they offered me money to do it.
What did
And
they
so I
look?
did it. It was a
Was it human? Was it an elf? Was it a dwarf?
It was a human, probably in their 40s, who I did not recognize, wearing, I guess, nice clothes, could be said. But they came and I greeted them in the same way I greeted you guys initially. We're closed. I have no interest. However, they were very persistent in saying that they needed something to be made. And when I opened the door, I guess I don't really remember the conversation, to be honest with you. But
Do I believe him? Can I do
yeah,
it?
he kind of seems to trail off again as he thinks about this intently. Um, he's confident about most of what he said, and he really just starts to stop and kind of stare as he tries to remember this conversation. After a few moments of just sort of dead air and thinking, he goes, "It's very curious. I don't remember the details. I just remember the basics. I paid the boy because I knew he was short on money, being an orphan and, well, living in this town. But I guess I was just afraid. That's the honest truth."
Is he telling the truth?
Uh, you can roll insight. It's hard to tell for sure, but he seems very confused. And if anything, what he is for sure giving off the vibe of is that he's possibly not like mentally complete right now, if you will. But his statement he just made does seem to be the truth.
so it sounds like maybe someone cast some kind of magic on him. Some type of hypnotism or some kind. Well, I guess we can confer with the rest of the group and see how we want to handle this, because he did, I guess there are laws here, right? And it sounds like he probably broke some of them by trying to steal some bones from the church. I doubt the Baron will be very happy.
No, I don't think he would. And I'm sorry what happened to you, but I don't know where those creatures came from. Are you certain they're all dead? And this doesn't have to go to the Baron. There's a festival coming up shortly, and it's the last thing he needs. Please, if I could do something, I am sorry. But if it could be kept from the Baron, that would be best.
How are you going to give the bones to the stranger?
Well, kind of stops and thinks again. He goes, "I'm not sure. I guess he was just going to visit again. Maybe tonight or tomorrow. He was going to visit again sometime soon."
Well, I mean, if you help us capture him, then guess we can
Yes.
maybe forget about this whole thing.
Yes, of course. I mean, from what you've done, yeah, I could see that. I'm afraid of him, but I guess if you guys are here, um, that would that would help.
And do I have a sense that he's telling the truth?
You can roll.
Insight.
He is mostly telling the truth. Hard to tell. Again, it's a very clouded speech, if you will. But he does seem to be mostly genuine.
Alright, we'll go up and talk with Toto and Royce and see
Before you
how they
go,
feel.
is there anything you can do to help me out? I'm a little woozy.
Just move you guys down.
Yeah, I'll let's see. And cast. Normal. There's 11 healing.
Thank you.
Too bad we don't have the VFX anymore.
I need to settle that shit up again. I will. I updated some stuff today.
Did you update Foundry or just some?
I didn't update. Are you on 10 point something
No.
already or no? No, I
Not
haven't
at all.
done that.
I'm kind of holding off for a while. I got too many things going on to just fuck it all up right now.
Right, I know.
Like, not that I think everything's gonna go to hell. It's just I only got so much time.
Alright, well, I'll repeat the information we found to the rest of the group here. Like, what do you guys want to do?
I'm good with whatever.
I mean, I guess the main plan is to try and convince this guy to, or stake out whoever was gonna collect these bones. Do we want to keep the bones? Is that what we want to do?
Yeah, we should definitely at least get them back to the church.
I was gonna suggest that. Like, I can get the bones over. Also, how are we all doing? I'm on empty. Is this guy
I still have-
coming tonight or today? Do we know when he's coming?
That's what it sounds like. It's possible. So you may want a short rest and get some power back.
I can get Jack and shit back. But I'm not completely empty. I'm pretty empty, but not completely empty. Okay.
As you guys are sort of discussing this, then never mind. You're fine. All right, what would you guys like to do?
Well, I don't think the church is the best place to give the bones back to. I don't think they're equipped to defend them. If this person, whoever came is most likely capable of mind control or some sort of charm.
Well, it kind of sounds like if they were in the church and they had to hire someone to steal the bones and they couldn't get them from the church directly.
That's a good point.
Yeah, the priest had said that the bones were maybe what was helping keep the city safe from Strahd. And I'm putting out recover any magic that Strahd can do. So
He
I
also
don't know.
did make a point that they were basically unknown by most people that they existed or where they were. So if someone did find out about them, they wouldn't necessarily. It was not like you guys are going to bring them back to this like altar that's showing them off in a glass case or something. They're sort of buried in a random place in the church itself. So you guys experienced that while you were visiting. So that's something that's known as well.
Well, I'd say we should take the bones back. And I mean, what time is it?
Well,
It's early afternoon.
And this
we
is
could
like
take.
it's a short walk, right? It's not like this is going to take more than like 15 or 20 minutes.
No, well, it would not take long.
Well, we could do that, or if we have the bones in our possession, I mean, don't we want to know who's behind this? We could try to lay in wait here with Henrik.
Well, we could do both.
We could do both. We can take the bones back, and then we'll come back and be here to wait for the dude to come. That was my thought.
Yeah.
Because if this guy's coming at night and it's early afternoon, we can jog over to the church right quick.
Maybe even take a rest or something too.
What if we hide in Henrik's coffins, and when the guy comes, we bust out like those goddamn vampires did to us?
That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
All right. Should someone stay here? I guess I can leave my wolves here to make sure this guy doesn't go anywhere. What?
Do they last that long?
Yeah, that's an hour.
But like, can you
Been here for what,
yeah.
like 20 minutes?
Yeah. Is there a limit on how? Actually, they've only been up for like 2 minutes, or less than whatever.
Yeah, not that long.
Is there a range limit on it, or? I'm just curious.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I would doubt it. It just kind of seems like they hear a command, and if they hear nothing else, they follow that command until they die or until they disappear.
That's
Yep.
cool.
If any verbal commands I issue to them, no action required by you. If you don't issue any commands, they defend themselves from hostile creatures, but otherwise take no actions.
Nice. Remind me to go play a druid someday.
Yeah, they're kind of broken. I haven't even used the fun stuff yet. I'm finding these tiny rooms.
So, to the
We'll
church?
continue to fight in tiny rooms.
Because it's a 5e adventure. They don't know what more than 50 foot to the side means.
That is definitely fucking true. I swear to God, some of these maps, I'm like, you guys did intend to put like 4 characters by default in here, right? It's like, why did you make it a 4x4 room? Like,
Don't think about it.
what is this? Okay, I don't think we used a map for the church because I don't have one for this one. But you guys could definitely make your way to the church. Is that what you guys would like to do as a group?
Yeah, I'll command my wolves to stay here, protect the place, but also don't let Henrik, that's his name?
Yeah.
Don't let him leave.
Okay. He will make a request. He's like, yes, I'm okay with this plan. Obviously, I have little say in the matter. I understand this. If he seems the most coherent now, by the way, to all of you, that he's been the entirety of this, I guess, interaction with him so far. He goes, if I just could make one request, again, I'm fine with your plan. I just could you maybe have the wolves wait by the doors so I could just move freely amongst my home and pick up
2 of them.
whatever mess.
2 of them will go by the doors. The other 2 will follow you.
Okay.
How about
sure.
how about I stay here with Henrik, make sure he doesn't rifle and anything auspicious.
That
Yeah, that
that
works.
is also fine with me. I would just like to be able to move around my house without these creatures. I feel much better if the orc was here. And kind of bows to you in like a kind of a nerdy sort of way, like he's just nervous, but he's actually genuinely happy that you're staying.
Keep the
Is
wolves
there a
here.
way, talking to Toto, do you know, can you detect any form of magic that might be casted on this guy's mind?
I can cast detect magic. Well, let me. Sorry, I don't think I've ever tried to detect magic on a person before. I just want to look it up.
Yeah.
Where the hell is detect magic? There it is. Visible creature or object. Yep. Okay. So if you give me a few minutes, I can cast this and see if there's anything still affecting Henrik.
Yeah, we should make sure, because who knows if he's still under the effects that he might turn on us without his own control.
You guys are speaking in the same room, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care if he hears me.
He looks up and goes, "Yes, that is a wonderful idea. I would much like to know that as well."
Somebody is excited to have detect magic cast on them. I'm going to ritual cast detect magic. It'll take 10 minutes, but then I don't burn a slot. Does anybody have a problem with that?
Nope.
I will.
You
do
guys
that.
sort of meander around, hang out, relax a bit. Henrik, maybe like 3 minutes in, is like, there's some bread and some dried meats in the kitchen if anybody would like some of that. Please help yourself if someone doesn't mind, as I assume you don't want me moving. I wouldn't mind some of that as well. Kind of looks amongst the group.
I just kind of nod that he's got time, but come back because it takes 10 minutes. So I'm assuming as long as he's standing here when I finish, it works.
Yeah, he's very unaware of the process. So he's like, yes, of course, I knew that. Great. And so he will kind of make his way kind of around the wolves and over this and start to kind of look around the house. And he just kind of mentions, like, as he's passing, like, how much damage is upstairs? I would like to know how much time it might take to rebuild, if you will. Is anyone following him?
Yeah.
I'm
The
like-
wolves are.
I'm like chanting and praying and shit.
Okay.
I'm right on. I'm like hip.
Okay. So he makes his way into the kitchen, closes the door and runs. No. And he just sort of ruffles through. That's not the kitchen. Sorry. He kind of just like ruffles through some food items and finds like a piece of like dried something and kind of like offers it to you. Vimrak takes a bite of it himself, just kind of holds it out.
I'm good.
Izek, suit yourself. Very suspicious bunch you are, but I guess that comes with the trade. By the way, what is the
Hey.
trade?
I just killed you. Want a bite of my meat log that I just...
He does ask, though. He says, well, what brings you to this town? I have not seen you before.
I can't talk, so everybody else is going to have to answer. I'm casting Hex Magic.
He's with Vemrak.
No, he's back in the main room now.
Oh. Well, not here of her own volition, but definitely gonna kill a lot of demons and undead creatures, that's for sure.
Sure, yes, of course. Well, unfortunately for me and my line of work, that doesn't usually lead to a coffin. Those creatures tend to not be buried in a nice way. Maybe he tries to crack a joke of some sorts.
I'll stare at him blankly.
Yeah, I assume it falls
I'll try
on
to-
deaf ears.
I'll try to eke out between mutterings, build stronger coffins.
He goes, yes, well, whatever the priest over there said, or whatever he might be. Yes, and he just kind of takes a seat. And the remaining 10 minutes goes by without any issue, unless someone likes to do something. You cast Detect Magic, and the only magic that you detect, besides the items that are on you, well, there's nothing except for the items that are on you, things on your person.
And the
So,
wolves. Those are magic.
yes, and the wolves, as they are still here. Anything abnormal you do not detect. How about that?
So there's no AB normal brains?
No.
Okay. No one? Okay.
Sorry.
Reference that nobody else got. I'm good. After I finish casting, it does not... Henrik, it seems like, if anything, whatever was affecting you is cleared.
Ah, good. He like claps his hands and like sits up from the coffin. Okay. Great. I'm gonna go upstairs and clean up. Just knock on the door. He's like, I guess you guys entered through both. Just knock on a door when you're here.
Henrik, we're gonna hang out downstairs, you and me, till they get back.
Sure. Yes, we are. I will clean up this room. There's plenty of work to do in this room.
Have a seat, Henrik.
I would love to take a seat. Absolutely love a seat. And he like kind of just sits where he was sitting before and crosses his leg and kind of rubs his forehead a bit. So, all right. And chews on his dried meat.
Sorry. I just... it's only Tuesday and it feels like it should be Friday. I'm going to go to the church while he gnaws on his meat log.
Perfect. That Vimrak is not taking part of. He's not partaking of this meat log. Great. The rest of you go to the church.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Let me see.
Oh. I thought I had notes for this guy, but maybe not. It's St. Andrew's Church, but apparently I don't have the priest's name because I'm really
Father
fucking...
Lucian.
Father, there he is, Father Lucian. Get a page for this dude.
Okay, so as you guys are traveling, if you go to the main Valaki map, I will show you Coffin Maker's house, and then the church. You guys know where it is. So Coffin Maker is here, party is here. You're kind of tucked away here in between the sort of stockyard, kind of storage yard area here. You guys can make your way to the main road and then take that down. You pass the blue water. About halfway through your trip, I'm going to say that Toto, you're kind of getting a feel for how the people conduct themselves in this town compared to other places you've been. So you're getting accustomed to sort of looking over your shoulder here and there just to try and spot anything nefarious, if you will. It seems as though you are being trailed. You're not sure when it started, but you're going to notice it right about the halfway mark. And feel free to continue walking or move the token where you'd like. The church is here. You're about halfway there. The person trailing you is very kind of stereotypical. I'm not saying cloaked figure is in like black, suspicious looking cloak, but you know, a cover over their head, which most people have. It's sort of perpetually sprinkling here, and if not raining. And they seem to be sort of pacing at the exact same rate. Most people have been to their destination at this point in travel, and so that's kind of why you think, based on your passive perception, that you're being followed.
I'm gonna quietly whisper to the group, maybe we can take a turn in one of the alleyways and...
Only Toto. Did I say observer or Toto?
Oh, I don't know.
Toto.
Toto.
Well, I will.
understands.
I'm gonna keep walking, but kind of lean to each of you because I think we've got 3 of us here. I'll just kind of very quietly say, "There's a person following us," so that you're aware of this. But I'm gonna keep walking like we were walking. I'm not breaking. I'm not trying to give
Do
on
you
that.
intend to go all the way to the church, or do you intend to do something before you would reach that destination?
Well, I'm still walking while we're, I'm assuming, talking.
Yeah, you've
quietly.
not stopped.
Yeah.
You just talking.
Like
amongst
I'm gonna
yourselves is
keep
not-
walking until we come up with some other plan because I don't want this guy to know that we're. Oh, where's the blacksmith shop?
I don't know.
Is
if
it
I placed
between
that.
us and the church?
I would say no. I think I was envisioning it being up here.
Didn't you say it was right there?
I may have.
Oh no, that
This
was
is where we
Coffin
just
Maker.
were. Yeah. No, you know what? The coffin maker or the blacksmith shop is going to be down here. This is the town square. If someone can write that, it'll be kind of off the main town square because this here is the sort of main market hub, if you will. So we'll say it's on this sort of outskirt sort of turn here, kind of getting back into the
Wow, that's fucking
residential.
huge.
Yeah, it's a little,
I'm gonna.
What is this?
that is kind of the main town hall, if you will. It's the big building at the center of the town square here, kind of like a what would you call it? Like a city hall type thing, like a meeting room,
What's
a
that?
gathering place. That is just a home.
Do
This
you know how to give assistant GM for like a hot minute?
No, maybe. Oh, actually, hold on. What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna dig some tokens out and throw them on the map from the tiles folder. I'm not gonna go into anything else.
I trust you in that sense. Just whoop. Can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Who do you want it on? Toto?
Yeah.
There.
Whoa. That was wild.
Nope,
That
I
lost-
got kicked out.
Did that kick everyone out? Oh my god.
Are you gonna see everything now? I guess if you just go to that map, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go right back to that map and do stuff there. Sorry, I didn't know that was gonna happen. So rude. I don't want to see any of this. Shut up. Go away.
You see everything at the top.
Oh, just Town of Valaki. There we go.
Kind of Balaki.
Wait, where are your tiles? There's your tiles. Cool. Okay, awesome.
So you're pulling these from your local assets.
Nope.
Oh.
I'm looking at yours. Don't mind me.
Oh, that's cool.
Equipment. Oh, coffin maker. Coffin maker. Oh. Spells. Maybe. Here we go. Let's get rid of this. We're going to put... That's going to be our blacksmith. Yay, he's down here. What's a good symbol for a coffin maker?
Death.
A skull?
Probably, if it's not. Yeah.
Oh, you don't have those. Okay. JSON Lang module packs tokens. Hey. Undead. Really? Undead. Awesome. Those are weird. I don't like those. Icons.
Would you guys? So we'll say you get another halfway to the church. Still seem to be followed. Person is just trailing.
I want to. I was gonna divert to the blacksmith. Sorry.
Okay, you want to go south then?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are all fine with that?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'll just say
So
I'm gonna duck into the blacksmith shop and see if this guy follows us.
Okay.
Yep.
He follows you guys south for sure, and continues to follow, passing the Baron's house on the left here, Baron's Manor, and then continues around the corner. So you guys get outside of Thimdall's armaments, and you guys can currently be there. Did you guys want to go in?
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna like go in like I'm meant to be going there the whole time.
Okay.
Crap. Are there any other icons we need to put on this map right now?
Church you can do here. You can do like a beer mug or something, or a wine mug here for the for the inn, or an inn marker. That'd probably be biggest.
Because I'm gonna ask you to turn this back off in a second, because I don't want to see shit.
No, I get it.
I'm not gonna put anything on the church because I think we all know the church. Okay,
Gotcha.
I think we're good. Just sorry, you're gonna force reload everybody, but take assistant GM off me, please. Because there are things on this map that I've been trying to ignore while I put tokens down.
I don't think there's anything
There's all sorts of stuff on this map. Sorry.
on this one.
Yeah. There's a bunch of
Oh.
tokens all over that I was like,
yeah, the
I
tokens.
don't want to.
Those are fairly generic though, which is good.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, guys. I didn't think that was gonna. Whatever. I didn't think that all the way through.
How dare you? Who do you
I
think
think
you are
that's
locking
pretty
me out?
Cool. So you guys enter Thimdall's. It's rather familiar at this point now. He's not in the front, but maybe let's say he kind of hears the door and kind of yells out to whoever's out there, unknowing it's you guys, and just says, "A moment, a bit busy right now, but give me a minute." And you kind of hear some clanging, and he's kind of like talking with an assistant. Every time you've been in here, he's sort of perpetually teaching, it seems, and that seems to be the case right now as well.
Whoa. Hello.
I'll say he's in the back.
And I'll say, it's okay, Thimdall. It's just us. We're just going to browse a bit. Wanted to talk to you about one of those items we were going to possibly order.
Ah, yes, Chodo. Please, just one moment. Be right out. The time passes. Anyone want to do anything specific?
Are there any windows looking out?
Yeah, the front is got a couple of them. They're barred up pretty well, as there's a lot of money sitting in here overnight, but they are kept relatively clean considering what's done in here all the time. It seems like it's purposeful from his perspective to maybe bring some natural light in here. That being said, there's not a huge angle of sight from inside for the most part. But yes, there are so let's say two windows on kind of each side of the offset door into the building.
Do we see Creeper McCreeperson out there?
You do not.
Okay, I'll kind of... I said the first thing rather loudly in case, whatever I'm shouting across the blacksmith shop. I'll turn to everybody else and be like, okay, we're here. That guy's following us. I'm out of clever plans. What do we want to do next? I can talk to Thimdall when he comes back, but I'm not sure what to do next.
We can always leave, try to go down some alleyways, see if we can ambush him.
Kind of trap him. Get him in a place where we can figure out why he's following us. Okay.
So a couple more moments goes by. Thimdall appears. He is sort of he's been working today, to say the least. He's quite sweaty, but he's got a smile on his face as per usual. He goes, friends, what brings you in? You mentioned an item that you were waiting on. I didn't know we had made an order. I do apologize. Is there something I had missed?
And I'll smile and I'll kind of walk up to Thimdall to get kind of close to him and speak quietly. So as I'll say loudly as I walk up to him, mostly just wanted to check on the progress, Thimdall. We trust you, but we were in town, so we figured we'd come by. And as I get close to him in a lower voice, I'll say, sorry, we were being followed about town, and we wanted to stop off somewhere to regroup for a moment. And your shop has been friendly.
Before you even can finish your statement as to like what's going on, it almost seems like he picks up on it in a way. He's holding like a rag as he comes around the corner, presumably for his face. And so as you finish your kind of loud statement, he kind of sees you approaching with this sort of look on your face. And he kind of wipes at his brow and like kind of makes sure his beard isn't like dripping sweat, as to be courteous. But as you finish your loud statement and kind of start your whispering one, he calls out and goes, yes, of course. I believe that's almost done. Let me check on that for you. Appreciate you coming in. And then kind of like, just gives you a smile as you kind of finish your whispers. And he's like, well, how can I help? I'm not sure what I can do. Is it someone I might recognize? What do they look like? Is the description that you've seen of this person given to him is very vague, and he kind of just frowns and says, really not sure. I could take a look outside, maybe peek around, but that might be suspicious if I'm supposed to be looking for an item. So there's a back door if you want to use it. But other than that, if you have an idea, I maybe can help. Got a couple things on the fire right now, though. Don't particularly want to lose those, but you guys are good customers, so do what I can.
Nope. And I'll just nod and say a little louder. We'd love to kind of see the process if you don't mind. And I'll nod towards the back door.
He's like, yeah, of course, absolutely, and kind of like beckons you through. All of you follow.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Back is as expected. It's less tidy than the front for sure. There's a couple young men working back here. They seem a bit surprised by the visitors, but just continue working, maybe out of fear of retribution from the big bad boss. But there is a multiple doors actually that lead from the main room with the fires going. All of you notice the intense heat as you enter. It's uncomfortable by default in here. Probably a couple degrees shy of 100 degrees at least, or hotter, at least from the initial doorway. But he kind of leads you through a couple areas. There's a lot of raw sort of ingredients and pieces here, pieces that are being made and things like that. Through another door, it gets cooler, and then there is a back door that seems to lead out. He goes, feel free to use this one. It kind of leads to a small courtyard I have outside. There was a garden at some point, but it's not much left now. If that works for you, if you want to use it in the future, just I guess come knocking first. It's usually locked, and he unlocks it. There's a good sized latch on this door, and if you're on the main map, you can see it would lead out to the south of town, basically. So it would lead out where basically you're looking at the main city wall at this point. So is that what you guys want to do?
So as we go, you said that bag had 30 silver in it that we found?
Yes.
I'm just gonna, as he shows us the door, I'm gonna put that on some surface and be like, for your trouble, thank you. Sorry to inconvenience you.
He kind of like is about to protest and maybe just says, yep, absolutely, and just kind of like waves at it and like allows you guys to go out without any issue. All of you leave?
Yep.
Okay. From behind, you hear that kind of heavy bolt latch that door. And now you guys are in a place that's actually rather peaceful in a way, considering the city as a whole. And you've got some larger, sort of shaded tree areas to your left, and then just a lot of greenery here, and you can kind of see the mountains and the forest sort of through the tops of the gates, and then through the wood there as well in the distance. So it's very quiet back here. There's no actual real footpaths, just some minor ones. So it would be rare, you would assume, to see anyone casually walking back here. It's pretty much just you guys.
Is our buddy back here at all?
You don't immediately notice anyone leaving. I'll assume you guys are rolling perception and being as observing as possible from this point forward. So do as you wish, and then if there's a situation where you would see him, I'll let you guys know.
Do we just want to lose him and head to the church, or do we want to try and circle back and find him?
I'd say circle back, circle back and find him.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think my plan is to then kind of like walk a couple houses down and then head back out to the street and see if we can see him.
Okay. You guys had an issue doing that.
Do we
definitely... Go ahead.
We can stealth while we do it. I can use pass without a trace on us.
Yeah, if you guys are trying to be stealthy.
Yeah.
If you're heading towards the street, though, you're obviously going to be seen once you get partially there either way. If you're trying to escape this person or find them.
I'm down with either. I just want us to know which one we're doing. So if we're trying to find him.
Because I think you don't have a full party.
So remember that we're not a full party.
Yeah, that's why. Because I think the two options we have is we could basically try to lose him now and get the bones to the church, or we could confront him.
And we could lose him now, and then on our way back, maybe try to look for him.
Because if he wants these bones, I'd rather not have them, whatever happens next.
Yeah.
Do you want me to try to tail him, like loop back around and?
So I have two guesses. This dude either works for the Baron or he works for Strahd. And I don't think...
Right.
I think, in some ways, just avoiding him for now until we're back with Vemrak would be good. Because I'd rather have us all together for whatever happens, and Vemrak's the big, nasty, mean guy.
He's not mean.
Feelings too.
I don't know. I would rather get the bones dropped off and then circle back, because I'm assuming this is one of the Baron's men. That's my hunch. Because we're in town and all of that. But and I also don't want to leave
Then let's do that.
Vemrak alone for too long.
Works for me.
So could we like pass without trace to try and get... We could probably like get back over to like here. And then, head back to the street and head to the church. Or we could just cut all the way through. I don't know which one is more suspicious. I don't know. I'm also worried if we're like trailing along the wall, guards are going to notice that at some point. I don't know. Maybe I'm too suspicious of everything.
Maybe you're not suspicious enough.
So should we pass without trace and stealth our way to the church?
Yeah.
Is that cool? Okay. You with that, Royce?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I roll stealth plus 20? Is my stealth roll? Is that what pass without trace is?
I'm trying to see where it is so I can cast it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't find it, but I can take a spell thing up. So it just adds +10 to stealth.
And has some extra effects though.
Is it in your spell book?
Yeah, I can post it. Hang on.
Oh, if you click on the spell icon, there's a die, and that should cast it.
There we go. Got it.
Okay, so I need to roll stealth. Good God. Ooh.
How do I roll not for the party?
I just click on open your character sheet and then roll stealth from that. So like on your attributes where it says stealth, and if you do from that, it should be selecting you, not the party.
Don't I get like advantage on stealth checks? I mean, it doesn't matter with that. But
Don't know.
You guys can't be tracked except by magical means,
Ah. Okay.
which is very good.
Yeah, that's nice. So shall we to the
You
church?
leave behind no traces or tracks. Wow. Cool. You guys just gonna basically take the gate back here and then kind of just cut into the church over here? Is that the plan?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys have no issue doing that. We'll say a very convenient sort of large cloud, even darker than most. Maybe a rain is coming in late this afternoon. Seems to darken the area in general. Go ahead.
what time is it, by the way?
We'll say at this point it's like 2:30 in the afternoon. And so you guys, under the sort of cover of this cloud, but also the kind of general emptiness of this area, there is one, I guess, gate you could say that's here. It's unguarded. It's just locked up. It seems to be very rarely used. There's no active guard there. There is an active guard here.
I try to pick it.
Yeah, you can try and pick it if you want.
Oh wait, we don't need to go through it, do we?
No, it's just a gate to the outskirts of Alaki. It's probably like a backup exit or something. There are a couple guards on the tower, however, or on the gate, or the wall, I should say, themselves, but they're looking the other direction and seem rather bored in general. The least of which their worries would be behind them. So you guys have no problems getting here and then crossing the street kind of whenever you want to be mostly seen. You can choose to do that. And you may
Roll for
be
initiative.
seen, and yeah, and you can enter the church as you please, or do what you like from here. The church, rather quiet at this point. You don't see anybody in the graveyard tending it, but there is, the general kind of bustling of this area near the end of town, so it's quieter in that sense, but the church is definitely a hot spot in terms of visitors overall.
I'll try to find Father Lucian.
Okay, you guys just enter the building.
Yep.
Okay. He sort of greets you before he even knows who you are. He kind of hears the door and then just makes a not a yell out by any means, but he's in an office near the front. He says, "Ah, yes, welcome. Thank you for coming," and kind of peeks around the corner and goes very quickly, hurriedly, kind of runs over and almost like a waddled sprint. And yes, you've returned. What have you found?
I'll bring out the bag and say, I think you might be interested in this.
He looks at you just nervously and in great surprise and goes, "Oh, Godspeed, great, Godspeed, blessed. Thank you, thank you." He opens them up. Maybe he recognizes them, maybe he doesn't. He seems pretty certain um, they are what he's looking for. And he goes, "Yes, I cannot thank you enough. I have nothing really to give. Obviously, we just give here, but it's a great death that you've served, and I assure you that you've protected this town more than anyone will ever know. That being said, it is a great secret that you are in on now, and if you could keep it as such, that'd be the best for everyone here." He takes them and then kind of starts to head into one of those older rooms that kind of leads down into the structure below the church. I'll say that where the bones were buried in a in like a what's the word? I don't know how to explain it. Like a tomb
Sepulcher?
area. Yeah, maybe. Whatever you're saying is probably what I'm thinking of. You guys can obviously follow him during this if you'd like, but he seems very intent on immediately doing putting them back. Anything you like to add, or he's going to kind of go about his business and just be very appreciative?
I mean, I'd like to see where they're going to be, just so
Yeah.
I know in the future, but I'm not doing it in like a weird way. I'm just...
Yeah, not at all. He doesn't feel that way at all. It seems either. There's a room off of kind of the main entrance, and then there's an additional room that is kept locked. He unlocks that, and that room is definitely very old, very old, and kind of less maintained. There's a stairwell that's somewhat hidden in the back of that room that leads down into a sort of under crypt and under portion of the church itself with some very old stonework and everything else that's lit by a single torch that he grabs on his way down and kind of walks to a rather nondescript tomb, if you will, which is open at the current point, and places the bones, save the bag, inside and kind of like pushes um, the stone kind of tablet back over. It's not a full coffin by any means. It's just sort of a like a display, if you will. And there's some dusty lettering that you can see, and it does seem to be St. Andrew's, but it's not like extravagantly displayed by any means. It looks like many of the other ones down here as well. As he finishes this, he takes a very deep breath and just says, "Thank you. Please, of course, this secret must be kept between us. It would be detrimental to the town, but I cannot thank you enough. If I come across anything, or if there's anything that I can do, please let me know. I live to serve as it is, but what you've done is hard to describe in terms of my gratitude. Thank you, absolutely."
I forget. Does the Baron know about the secret?
Not according to Father Lucian, no. The Baron believes that the town is kept safe because of his festivals. That's according to Watcher and Father Lucian, and it's pretty well displayed amongst the town that the festivals are very important, and it's a well-known fact that he believes that that's what it's from. And Father Lucian is not necessarily guaranteed or even necessarily made like a strong case for the bones. He does feel like it is hollowed ground and has some spiritual significance to it. He does believe that it's a factor and could be the main reason why the town is relatively void of the devil himself. But this whole happening of them being stolen in such a way which he has not asked about yet, but confirms his suspicion that they're important enough for some kind of plot like that to be had. So if you guys hang out a bit longer, he will ask, sort of not bashfully, but understanding the importance of the question, just kind of state like, so was bloodshed required to obtain these, or is there something else I should pray over, or is this issue done? I'm assuming Milovich is still fine, maybe a bit shaken up.
Oh, it's definitely not done yet.
He looks at you kind of quizzically.
It looks like someone paid the coffin maker to try to obtain the bones.
Henrik?
Although, yep,
Someone
Henrik.
paid him?
Yep. Although it seems there might be something more. It's hard to tell whether or not he's under some kind of influence that we can't detect. But we're going to try to capture the person that tried to tempt him to pay. So,
is there something I can do?
you have a good way to heal up Vimrak? He's hurting pretty bad.
Yes. I could definitely do that. I can't leave here for obvious reasons, and I'm happy to have them back. But I fear more know about their existence now than ever before. But yes, if Vimrak comes here, I can absolutely heal him.
Okay, what about the rest of the group? How are we looking for how my health was?
I'm about half.
So, do you have any magic that could dispel, we got hit by, some vampiric creatures, and our maximum health points were reduced.
He's like, yes, vampire spawn, I presume, nasty creatures that have not been seen here in a very long time, but I do know of the creatures you speak. As far as I know, let me see here. He actually mentions that just a good amount of rest seems to heal such wounds. It's not necessarily magical, but it drains one's constitution, if you will, in a way. But sleeping on it and a prayer won't hurt as well. Should be enough to fix that. If you wake feeling ill or wounded still, please let me know and I'll see what I can do. I will read up on it today as well, just to be certain. But from what I can remember and people that have interacted with them in the past, that seemed to have done the trick. But if anyone needs healing now, I can do so. I only have so much power each day, obviously. So if you'd like to spread such healing out, let me know.
Well, let's get Royce healed up here.
Okay. Father Lucian lays hands on you, Royce, when you allow it, and then you can, after a couple moments and a couple prayers, you can go to full health.
Nice.
Father Lucian, after this prayer, kind of just starts up a separate conversation. He goes, Arena has been by, in case you're wondering. She seemed to be inquiring about you guys earlier today, since you've been gone. Or no, we'll just say earlier today. You guys are at the Blue Water Inn still. I let her know, and I think she might come looking for you. She didn't seem nervous or in duress or anything, but just so you know, she was sort of looking to touch base with you guys about something. So if she comes knocking, don't be concerned. I guess I can say.
Thanks for letting us know.
Yes. Is there anything else I can help with? I would love to if I can. Obviously, if you catch someone and need my help in that situation too, please let me know.
Yeah, the only thing I think that could help is if you have any magical items that could help us on our journey.
It's a interesting question. I don't keep them out and about very often. I don't. There's anything terribly useful. I do have some potions of healing that someone had brewed for the church. I can't think of a better group, as much good as you've done so far, that could use them. How many potions of healing do you guys have right now as a group? Do you know?
Let me check my inventory.
I know
I
Bimrax
used
used one.
one and only one in the last fight.
Okay, you guys have 2 in the party loot, it seems.
I have 1 on me.
You have 1.
I have 1 on me.
I have 1.
Let me see. He gives you guys 2 potions of healing as he kind of makes his way back up to the main church, being very aware as he's kind of leaving the small offshot room that has the staircase in it. He kind of goes through some of the church storage area in another room, independent of the path you guys took to go down. He also finds an elixir of health as well that he gives you, and says that I can sometimes get more of these. If I do, I'll let you know. But these should cure any disease or remove any negative effects that are, I guess, normal that you might come into contact with: blinded, deafened, paralyzed, poison, and the like. Please take this as well.
I like the sound of that. Thank you. Alright, so back to it.
Let me actually hold on. He's going to give you guys 2 greater healing potions
Hot damn.
instead of regular, and the elixir of health.
I guess I'll take them.
Cool.
Who?
Just make notes of those.
You can put them in party loop.
Well, don't we need them on a particular person?
To use them, yeah.
If no one's going to grab them, I will throw them into party loot right now.
Yeah, that'd be great. We can, because I think Bemrak should probably take
Femrak would like to
One
have
or
one,
both.
but he's not there physically to get one now.
So you guys have 2 of those. And then was the elixir not a real item? Let me see.
It's on D&D Beyond.
Is it?
It's real now.
Why is it not showing up? What the hell? I'll have to look into that. I'm not sure why it's not in this item dump unless I'm in the wrong item dump. Oh, I think I'm in the wrong item. Oh, yeah, I was. Alright, there you guys go.
Thank you.
Cool. Alright, anything else you guys like to do here? Henrik, this entire time, Vimrak has basically just tried to start small talk, but has not moved. Are you engaging in any of that, or just kind of ignoring him?
I want to see what he really knows, so I'll do my best to like conversate about how long ago it was that someone visited him, like what he can remember.
So
I'll
we
do my
can
best
just kind of role play it. So he kind of makes a conversation, and then you kind of say, like, when did that guy come, visit you? And he's like, let me think. It was at least a couple weeks ago. But I did. I don't know why. Why am I? He did give me a time frame, and he said, before the next festivals when I needed them by. So I assume he should be here either tonight or the following night. That's the only time left. But yeah, it was a while. He gave me some time. He was I guess nice in that regard. So, but he's very mysterious. He was a very mysterious man.
Do you remember being frightened by him? Was he? You said he's nice. Did you like him? Was he a good person?
I didn't know who he was at first, but I guess my general consensus of it now is somewhat positive. I mean, I help customers with other items and things, typically things I make by hand, but I guess in a way he was still a customer. I was just acquiring something. I can't say that I wanted to do it, but I did. So that is strange to me. But yeah, you kind of every time it beckons to him needing to remember the specific conversation, he slows down or seems confused and can't really remember, it seems. But he doesn't seem like he was overall like fearful of the person. They were just strange and out of place in a way. Besides that, anything you wanted to ask him or do?
No.
Okay. Are you guys leaving the church and just heading down the main road back to Coffin?
I think so.
Yeah, if we're gonna look for that guy.
Okay. So we'll say about halfway again, not having to look for him. It seems that he has found you. He's, we'll say, a couple more paces back than he was initially, but you guys are now being trailed again. It seems like, if anything, he is trying, not trying as hard to be unseen. And for those that are kind of looking back over their shoulder now, and we'll say kind of all of you sort of just notice him more on his terms, it would seem, which is unsettling. But he does seem larger than you expected initially, for whatever reason. And it does seem as though he's sort of walking in a unique way, maybe has sort of a limp, if you will, or just kind of an odd sort of step overall. And he's just hanging back and kind of perceiving your guys' movements. He does seem to be white and most likely human from what you can tell, but he is wearing nice darker clothing and is doing in an effort to conceal his body and his face in a way, which most people again are doing right now. So he doesn't necessarily stand out in that sense.
Do we want to lose him?
I want to confront him in a secluded area. If we can get him to chase us, or us follow us. So can we take some alleyways and see if we can get him to follow us?
Sure. Do we want to try to get him, like, back there?
Sure, maybe like cut around through the buildings.
Or over there?
Which one would make the most sense, Shatter?
What are you asking me?
If we want to try to lure this guy into like an alleyway or something, make it look like we're kind of just cutting through, taking a shortcut, but then hide and wait, ambush.
That's up to you guys. This is a very populated area overall. So you'd assume that these businesses and things here are going to be a little more used, I would say, than most of the rest of the town. So kind of anything around this marker, you know, in a circle around it, aside from, you know, obviously back here off the beaten path and away from main gates, is going to be, you know, somewhere where you would normally see people crossing in between. So if you're trying to lose someone, I would say, you know, head basically anywhere north of the main road, or to any kind of the extremes of the city itself.
We're not trying to lose him. We're trying to, like, cut off to his side and have him follow and then confront him. The secluded spot. What about up
Yeah,
here?
if you're looking for a seclusion, that's what I meant to say. Anything off the main road is only going to be so quiet. But the northern part of town, if anything, especially past like Watcher House here, seems to be probably the most rundown of the areas that you've seen. I think you went up there once for something I should have remembered, but I don't. And this area here is the northern part, I guess, past this point here is rather quiet, if you will. But if you guys want to just find a place, I would say anywhere north of Watcher House is a place you could pretty much walk off the main path and be relatively alone. There's no one's really traveling north to the lake, basically, is what I'm saying. So,
You guys good with that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, let's do it.
Okay. Someone ping where they'd like to go, and what you guys are doing, and then we'll go from there.
Reese, you got it.
I'm gonna try to squeeze in like right there.
Okay. So you guys walk here. You guys see him turn the corner and head north, and then you guys are all going to kind of go into this alleyway. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. The people pass you. Are you guys readying anything, or just kind of there? What are you guys? What are you
I have
guys
my
doing?
staff ready. My quarter staff.
Okay. Are you guys weapons drawn, or are you guys just kind of watching to see what happens?
Just prepared in general, not drawn.
Okay. So the gentleman, as you would assume at this point, that has been following you, kind of just gets to the kind of perpendicular spot here that you guys would be in, to see down the alley that you're in. He's on the far end of the road at this point now, and kind of just stops and then, looks this way, looks towards you, and then just kind of acts like he's, taking a little break here. I haven't heard you in a while, Grim. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good. I know the joys of being muted unexpectedly and many times in my life, so talking for days on end. So yeah, you guys are kind of in clear view of this person now.
Oh wait, they can see us?
Or he not necessarily. Well, you guys are trying to hide down this alleyway.
Yeah, we want him to need to come and try to
So-
find us.
Yeah,
Okay.
my idea was to go down the alleyway and then loop back behind the house so that we wouldn't
Okay. So he
be
sees
in
where you
view
guys
from the
go.
street.
So let's say you guys are kind of like hugging the walls. Go ahead and roll. I don't need to roll it. Like, you guys are gonna find a place you think you can hide. There's shit on the sides of these homes. There's small fences and things like that. Assuming you guys aren't afraid to like jump a small fence or hide behind a tree and stuff. That's what you're trying to do, right?
No, I'm so scared of trees.
You're not afraid of trees. So that being said, he presumably sees where you guys go, overall, but stops here and kind of looks, and then is just waiting. He's not looking at you. You presume that you've not been seen, but some time passes as he kind of, is just clearly looking down that alley, but not making a move. Anyone want to do anything at this point before some time passes?
I'm okay with letting some time pass.
Okay. So he will cross the street. All of you that have a decent point of view here can tell that as you guys have now seen him closest thus far, he's much larger than he has been perceived as. Going forward, I have a token for him, which I will keep on the side over there because you guys are so large. And he will kind of walk to the sort of alley point here, and he will stop and kind of wait in this position. At this point, there's a possibility that maybe he's lacking, or he's kind of slacking at this point, not following fully, or maybe that he sees someone, but you guys are pretty confident that he doesn't. He hangs out here for a couple minutes. Is that fine with everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. He enters the alley with intention of sort of being as, I guess, he's definitely trying to perceive as much as he can as he does so. All of you roll stealth checks.
What time is it?
It's not been more than, I would say, an hour. That kind of depends on you guys to an extent. We'll say normal walk down the street here probably would take, let me see how far it is. Basically a mile from one side to the other side. So you're almost walking one side to the other. So it's about 10 minutes to get back and forth. You guys
Oh
have
my
taken
God.
multiple detours. It's been, we'll say, 40 minutes in total since you guys left. So we'll say it's like almost. It's basically 3:30 in the afternoon.
Oh wait, then
The
how
wolves are
long
gone.
does?
The wolves are not gone. They're almost gone. Probably another 10 minutes of wolves.
How long does the pass without trace last?
1 hour.
Yeah, so he actually still can't even track us,
True.
and we have +10 to stealth.
That's true.
Has it been long enough for Vemrak to take a short rest?
No, it's been like 40 minutes total. I think a short rest is 2 hours.
I think it's only an hour.
If it's only an hour, still has not been a full hour yet.
Sure.
The wolves are still around. If you can't, well, you guys aren't necessarily trying to not be tracked. Like, you guys are okay with being followed, right?
Followed, but he wouldn't know where we are.
That's fine. So he's here. He moves in. Pass without a trace is fine. He cannot see you guys. Fuck your one roll. He gets as far. You guys basically controlled at this point. How far is he going? We obviously don't have a map. What would you guys like to do? He is large, and for anyone on his right side of him, he has a bulbous, sort of grotesque-looking arm that he seems to be trying to cover with what he's wearing, and he's kind of walking with this awkward movement as well. But he does enter this alleyway. He's looking around. He's being very suspicious, and he'll go as far as you guys would like him to go before you guys can make an action or kind of let him pass, assuming you guys are hiding that well.
Well, when he's between us, I want to
You can
call
assume
out
he's
to him.
between you.
Yeah, I'll call out to him. Be like, "Hey, why are you following us?"
I'm assuming at this point you can be seen now, or at least your general area.
Just
is
me.
known. Yeah. He'll look up, kind of just grunt. He's like, "Nice trick. Just keeping the peace around here. That's my job. Why are you hiding?"
Trying to figure out who's following us. Who do you work for?
Well, if I work in town, I work for the Baron. Name's Izek. Maybe you've seen me. Maybe you haven't. Been keeping an eye on you guys for a while now. Anything suspicious or anything strange going on at the Henrik's place? He's not really one for visitors, and well, I know he had something that maybe the guards should get involved in.
We're handling it right now.
And who's we?
Do you guys want to like step out or?
If you guys talk, he's gonna hear it.
Yeah, sure. I'll. I don't know how stealthy it can be, like past a certain point, but like,
You're like under his shoe and a piece of hay. Oh fuck!
Got him.
it's like
Sneak attack.
Assassin's Creed. I just get out of a
Yeah.
fucking cart full of hay.
Yeah, you're
It's
on top of the
Toto.
building on like a perfect perch that you jumped into a
Yeah.
bucket of water.
Yeah, I'll reveal myself, and I'm not really gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything. I'll just make my presence known.
He
As
kind
part
of
of the we.
whatever as you guys are making yourselves known, he definitely is trying to step in a sense that he doesn't have someone to his back. So Toto, as you are kind of known as well, I assume you guys are on opposite sides. He kind of positions himself in this area to where there's no clear advantage, at least for him. He's trying to kind of take a defensive stance, if you will. He goes, the stealthy type, I see. The Baron figured that much. So, nothing to say about old Henrik's house, huh? We're going to have to go check it out ourselves.
Well, we're figuring it out ourselves right now. But
And what does that
Doing
mean? It's not your job to keep this place safe, it's mine.
well, we don't even know who you are.
You don't have to know who I am. You're in my town. That's the point. I know where you've stayed. I know where you've been. I appreciate your help with the church, and my guards made me aware that you produced some wine, which is a great service. I don't mean to get off on the wrong foot, but you have to understand that there's always an evil that is brewing in places like this, and the Baron pays me to keep those at bay. It's interesting you took this street that you did, because just a couple homes down is another place that you have frequented, and I guess that's the main question. What's your relationship with the lady watcher, and I guess what's going on at the coffin maker's house?
So I'll try to be persuasive to
Okay.
this guy. I'm just gonna roll a persuasion check. Well, I'll say what I'm gonna say
Okay.
and then I'll roll it because I think that's more fun.
Okay.
So I'll say, Henrik had a miscommunication with Father Lucian about some business on some of his staff, and we were just investigating that. And just, kind of, we figured words might be a pretty good way to solve some of those problems with his staff, and it seems like we've gotten that all straightened out to Father Lucian's satisfaction.
Is
As
this in
far,
regards to the boy he has hired?
yeah, some items went missing. We brought them back.
Okay, and that's why you were also at the orphanage as well. Okay, go ahead and roll. It's versus insight, right?
It's kind of whatever you want it to be. It can either be versus insight or it can just be a flat DC.
Just a strat. Okay.
It's up to you.
He goes, well, I guess that makes sense. I don't appreciate the secrecy of it. You guys haven't visited the Baron's house at this point yet, right?
No.
Okay, I'm so stuck in my old game. I'm sorry.
And then to answer your other question, Miss Watcher, she invited us over for dinner after we had. I'm assuming you're watching us. It seems like Miss Watcher is also watching, and she invited us for dinner.
Yes,
So we accepted
assuming you've
since
met
it seems.
her rat of a housekeeper as well.
I don't say, yeah, we. I
Don't
think
talk about Steve like that.
Sam. Wait,
Pretty sure it's Dave.
Edgar, Irwin, Emmanuel. Can't remember his name. Ernest. Earl.
Yes, he is quite forgettable. I wish that I could myself. Well, let's put it this way. I don't like to be flattered. It's not part of my job description. But I guess your story does make sense. If I could ask of anything, as you have done, from what I can tell at least, some good deeds in town, just please, if you don't mind, just come paying a visit to the Baron. He's a suspicious man by default, keeping a town safe as he does. It's understanding. And while this is a place that you can freely go to, and he spent his life making sure that this is the safest town in Barovia, if there are people as seemingly useful, no offenses, all of you, it's if you're having dinner with the Watchers, I would say at least come pay a visit at some point to the Baron before the festival. It's not an order, but a strong suggestion, if you will. His demeanor has changed a bit, but he definitely still has an air of arrogance about him, and authority as well.
I'll say, we're used to, even before we came to your fine town, we've usually had to deal with unsavory sorts more than the upstanding ones. So apologies for the cloak and dagger. We weren't sure, given all of the various dangers of this land, who exactly was following us.
Yes, well, I can assure you that no matter what, you're being watched by someone here. And so, that being said, I'm not asking you to trust me, but just trust that, at least. But yes, be about your business. In terms of Henrik, I do insist at least that a guard or two come check on him today. So I will at the shift change. I'll be doing that. But if there's anything we need to report on or be reported to, please find a guard. You've seen them, or you can come find me as well. I live at the Baron's house there as well. So yes, he kind of does like a courteous-ish bow to those he can see, and then kind of like walks back out towards the main road with his limp. At this point, he's taken his hood off. At least not tried to hide himself like he was initially. And as he leaves, you guys see some of the citizenry, I guess you could say, kind of react to his presence as he emerges from this random alleyway, and they take note of it and kind of walk with an extra step, or kind of look the other way as to not get in his way. Yeah.
A party face points. Okay.
And we level up, right?
Earning my charisma and wisdom scores right now.
Yeah. Fucking pretty high.
That's what I built them for. So I think we should get back to Henrik, so we might not want to be there at the shift change, or we might want to be scarce. Because if we're still there when he sends some guards over, maybe we can tell Henrik that we can make this all less complicated than it needs to be.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, sure. You guys heading back to Assyrian friends?
Yep.
Okay. So Vimrak can be doing whatever he'd like to do, and Henrik is presumably following such orders. At this point, I'm going to say the wolves have about 5 minutes left. It's been almost a full hour since leaving, so they should not be around for much longer. Henrik kind of jumps at the knock or entrance of whoever comes in, but he's in his consistent form that he was whenever you guys left him. Let's go back here, and you guys can do as you will. I guess as you guys come in, he'll say, you've returned. Yes. Great. What now?
I just want to be cognizant of time. Grim, are you still good?
Might be good to maybe like wrap up what we're gonna do next with Henrik and then stop, just because I've had unexpected family here for half a week.
Fun.
Yeah, my brother-in-law decided to fuck with his electrical, and my sister-in-law has been staying here for the last 3 days with her 2.5-year-old.
Oh my god!
So that's why I wasn't sure if I was even going to be able to play. It was like we got 4 kids in this house. It's insane right now. Anyway, yeah, well, let's finish up the Henrik thing and then I'll call it because I gotta be alive tomorrow.
Sounds good.
I think
I have a couple things I just want to know. Is if Henrik knows when like the changing of the watch is. I'm assuming he does.
Yeah, I mean the town normally knows. You guys wouldn't necessarily know it. You haven't asked or necessarily seen it. But it's sometime like after dinner. I would say like basically the people coming on eat, and then they go relieve the group. They're on a fresh stomach, and then they kind of work like 12-hour shifts, basically. So let's say it's like 8 in the morning, or like kind of like an 8 to 8 kind of deal. So the guards on at night are the freshest when they come in, as that's obviously the scarier time.
So we probably want to get out of the building, or at least be not visibly present around like 7:30. And then after the watch comes, and talk to Henrik, we can come back and wait for this mysterious visitor. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm thinking what we want to tell Henrik is like the watch is going to come and ask what happened, and we told Izek that there was a misunderstanding with what's his name, and we resolved it for everybody.
Okay.
Or
Henrik
we could
perks
drag
up
out
when
the
you
vampire
mention.
corpses.
Henrik perks up when you mention Isaac. He's like, you guys ran into Isaac. Does he know about this at all?
Honestly, I think he thinks right now there was a miscommunication about a work order or some items from the church.
Okay, yes.
And we've resolved it. So if the watch
Okay.
comes tonight, you may want to tell them the same thing.
Yes, yes, that's very beneficial. That would be good if it doesn't have to get past that, as it can be a very intense person at times, so prefer not to also be on his bad side, and thus the Baron's. So, okay, that settles it. Am I able to go look upstairs? I'd really like to see the damage. It was rather loud during all of that. I think that at least one of my doors was ruined, from what I heard.
Yeah, but we're gonna accompany just in case. There's still more vampires up there.
Sure, sure. And are you guys hanging? I'm sorry, I was reading / writing when you guys were discussing. What are you guys doing overall?
What Toto said.
Yeah, my thought was hang out till about 7:30, make ourselves scarce, wait till the watch comes by after the guard change, and then come back to wait for whoever contacted Henrik.
Okay, so basically just be gone during that short period of time, and then come right back. Okay, are you leaving anyone in the house, or will Hendrik be alone during that time?
I could stay in the house. How long is that duration?
Well,
You don't know.
the watch is going to show up, right? And Hendrik's going to have to talk to the watch. And I just don't want us still chilling, if that makes sense. Like, if we told Isaac that everything's resolved and we're still here 6 hours later at the coffin maker's shop, that feels weird.
How many days do we have to the festival, by the way?
You have 2 days. So on the third day is the actual festival. So
Ideally, we would want to. Ideally, I think we would want to find out who this mysterious person or being is. And Heinrich said he could come tonight or tomorrow. He's not sure. And then if we want to, I mean, do we want to go to the Baron's house for the festival as he urges, or no?
It's probably not a bad idea, but we should probably rest up before doing much else.
Yeah. At the very least, Shat, can I get a? Was it long enough for me for that to be considered a short rest yet?
2 hours, no.
No, it's a short rest is an hour.
An hour, yes.
No. Yes!
No.
Sorry, I'm just
Said
being
yes.
annoying.
Yes. 1 hour has passed now. The wolves are gone.
Bye, wolves.
Fucking wolves. Yeah, if you let me know in general what animals you'd want to possibly bring up, I can make the observer specific tokens for him.
Sounds good.
Do the same thing for spiritual weapon too.
A mace.
Okay.
If you just grab like a glowing mace. Didn't I send you one ages ago?
Don't know.
I think I did. I said that very accusatorily. I wasn't trying to be a dick about it. Just
Oh no, you rolled a 20 on To be a dick scale there for sure.
Didn't I give you a fucking mace? God,
I sent you
damn
that
it.
already, you fucking idiot.
Did you
Fucking
get that thing I sent you?
cockbag. I don't know. I'll find another one and send it to you. Because I don't.
Are we? Our max hit points is still reduced. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, we can give the
Okay.
big potions to Vamrak as well.
Was it in the party inventory?
I believe so.
Okay, and how do I access that?
It's under.
Go
Go ahead.
click on the 3 people button at the top right. Then you can double click on the party, which is the dice thing. Go to the inventory and then make sure to open up your sheet as well, and you can go and drag stuff into your inventory. You would have grabbed the 2 potions of greater healing.
So I'm just gonna take one. Someone else should take the other one, right?
I think you should take both.
Both.
You
I
tend
can
to
heal
pick up-
myself. Yeah, and Toad
I-
can heal himself.
I have healing. Yeah, he has healing. You tend to get further out, too, like, which makes sense. But like, if you're separated from the rest of us, then you can't.
You guys saying take them in terms of on his person or take them now? As in
On his
heal
person.
himself? Okay.
I took a short rest and I used 4 of my hit dice. I'm at full, or I'm at 48, 55, which is my max HP at the moment.
But
Okay.
what time is it now in game? Like 1 p.m. ish?
No, it's 3:30.
3.
Uh,
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, so we were gone for 3 hours? 2 hours?
No.
One.
Just about one.
Okay, so it was 2 when we got here. Okay.
Okay, you guys want to leave it at that point? I can write notes
Sure.
on this and okay.
Cool. Thanks, everyone.
Yep.
Thanks, chat.
Yep. Thank you guys.
See what.
Check
Yep.
you later. Bye.